Alright guys, I want to talk about something here. And it's these guys I see on YouTube, and all they do is prep up guns. Right? I'll look at lists on bug out bags and I recommend having at least, what was it, 1,500 rounds of 223 and a couple hundred of 9mm. It's like, man, do you know how much this shit weighs? I don't believe that, man. Yeah, it'd be nice to have. I mean, if you're gonna push a wheelbarrow around with you with all these firearms and all this ammo, but realistically, that's not gonna work out. Realistically, I would say if shit hit the fan, you want one good rifle in your hands. One good rifle, right? And you probably want a handgun in case something happens with that rifle. Right? You wouldn't probably have to use it. You never know. You look at the LA riots, just simply having a firearm avoided your building being burned down. You have all these owners, store owners on their shops, they're on the roof of their shops with firearms, and you know what? Their shops weren't burned down. All the other ones, yeah. So, in that instance, a show of force was enough to do it. But when you've got one or two guys on top of a building, if you got 30, at the bottom, they got bats and, just rods and knives and stuff like that and chains, well, then there you go. You know what? They met their match. That one rifle, you're too much for them. You're too much of an obstacle. They're just going to leave you alone. Hopefully that happens. But if not, them couple guys, they'd be able to defend themselves. You wouldn't have to necessarily kill the guys. You can just, maim them. But, I mean, I'm sure if you got one or two, got him in the leg or something, got another guy, he sees him wounded, that's it. Okay, you know what? We're not messing with this guy. But, that just take one good rifle. Right? All these rifles, all these safes, so many rifles. One guy or one woman, one rifle, one handgun. Realistically. Now, of course, you can have different types. I mean, hunting rifle, I get that. 12 gauge, I get that. If you want an AR or SKS or AK or, Mini 14 or something, yeah, I get that. A couple different types. But realistically, you don't need 3 or 4 ARs, right? It's your right to have it. And if you want that, hey man, if you want it because you want it, I'm all for that. Right? If you want it 15 ARs just because, it's your right to have that. But from a prepper standpoint here, a prepper's view, you don't need that. That's a lot of money down the drain that you could be buying food. You could be storing water. You can get food, water, supplies. That's a lot of money to tie up into just firearms. And if you don't have water put aside, guess what? 3 days later, you're dead. And somebody else just inherited a shitload of firearms. I don't get that, man. I really don't. So, really, these guys just prepping guns. I mean, unless you're going to be like that guy on Doomsday Preppers that, he goes to the junkyard and he thought he made better armor than the military. They could stop at 22. Yeah, great. Good for you. Level 2 armor out of the garbage. And a World War II helmet with, glass. I mean, I don't know what the hell that guy was thinking. But, if you look at the guy, I mean, not the brightest guy in the world. You could just tell. And, of course, he had all that land. He had some animals, but he could do a lot more. Right? Because, especially someone like, you got to be physically fit, too. These guys that have all these guns, they think they're going to carry that shit. That shit gets heavy. One rifle gets heavy. One rifle gets heavy. Now, you try carrying 2 or 3 and all that damn ammo. That ain't happening. And that dude, I don't see that happening either. You run out of gas, you can't refill, he's going to have to carry his firearm and all the food that he's with loot plus the armor. That ain't happening. And plus that, he'd probably get killed. You bust into preppers' homes well, you're risking your life in that situation. Shit hit the fan. You know, survivalists are looking to survive, man. So anyway, I don't know, I just went on ranting about that, but just something to think about. I don't get it. Unless you're going to have a wheelbarrow to carry all those guns and ammo, that's not happening. If you're buying them just because you want them, because it's your right to, hey, I'm all for that. But if you're looking to survive some sort of calamity or real shit at the fan, I think you're going about it the wrong way, to be honest. Anyway, that's it for me, guys.